This video, we're going to finish chapter 9 by talking about ice plateaus and some of the key concepts and some jargons, and then we're going to summarize it. So ice plateaus, the two major ice plateaus are Greenland and Antarctica ice sheets. Greenland is basically an ice dome rising to 3,200 meters at latitude. At 72 degrees north, it extends to 2,400 meters north to south and is over 1,000 kilometers wide at its widest point. Numerous small ice caps and glaciers surround it. Antarctica is 98% ice and covers 14 million square kilometers. It is made up of the larger East Antarctica ice sheet that rises to 4,500 meters and the smaller West Antarctic ice sheet flanked by the floating Ross ice shelf on the Ross Sea and the feature Ronny ice shelf in the Weddell Sea. The ice shelves are composed of land ice that flows out onto the ocean. They are typically several hundred meters thick. Greenland is affected by storm systems that enter Baffin Bay from the south or move across it from the west. They also redeveloped off the southwest coast, bringing significant precipitation in southeasterly onshore flow. The northern part of the ice sheet, however, is very dry. Mean annual accumulation on the ice sheet is 340 millimeter water equivalent, with over 2,000 millimeter in the southeast. The higher part of the ice sheet is dry snow, but near the margins there is substantial melt in summer. Ponds and small lakes form on the ice surface, some of which drain rapidly through moldings. Shafts in the ice at Summit Station, 73 degrees north to 79 degrees west, 3,207 meters. The winter mean temperature is -41 degrees Celsius and the summer mean is -15 degrees Celsius. Temperatures at coastal stations average 46 degrees Celsius in winter. Here is the picture for moulin. It's a French word that it derived from the mill. Vostok Station. It's an important term. It's a Russia research station in inland Princess Elizabeth Land, Antarctica. Founded by the Soviet Union in 1957, the station lies at the southern pole of cold with the lowest reliability measured natural temperature on Earth of -89 degrees Celsius. So the research include ice core drilling and magnetometry. Vostok was named after Vostok, the lead ship of the first Russian Antarctica expedition captained by Fabian von Bellenhuisen. So more about this station, that the climate of Antarctica is the most severe on Earth. The temperature at South Pole Station, located at 2,835 meters altitude, varies between -29 degrees Celsius in December, January, and -59 degrees Celsius in in July and August, with extremes of -13 degrees Celsius and -83 degrees Celsius. Notice that unlike alert, the winter temperatures remain low for 6 months in a pattern referred to as a coreless winter. There is no core of cold. It is caused by the consistent negative radiation balance in the absence of solar radiation. Vostok Station on the East Atlantic Plateau has recorded a world record low temperature of -89 degrees Celsius. There are strong temperature inversions in the lowest 1000 to 1500 millimeter, and temperatures may be 25 degrees Celsius or more higher at the top of the inversion than the surface. In winter, April, October, Antarctica is encircled by intensive sea ice covering 20 million square kilometers that augments the low temperatures of the continent. Storm systems from the Southern Ocean spiral in toward the continent, bringing cloud cover and gale force winds that cause blowing snow but little actual snowfall. The East Antarctic Plateau is an ice desert, receiving less than 50 millimeters of precipitation annually. In some parts of the ice sheet, there are small areas of blue ice where no snow accumulates due to sublimation and tachybatic winds. Wind speeds are often extreme at the coast as a result of air drainage that accelerates downslope. Mossam Station has recorded a peak gust of 69 meters per second. Wow, it's crazy. So, we talk about the Antarctic and Vostok Station and the Moulin, and those are kind of key terms there, and we're going to summarize the whole chapter. We covered desert, monsoon, plateau, rainforest, tropical steppe, humid subtropical, Mediterranean, temperature lowlands, maritime west coast, mid-latitude steppe, the borough forest, tundra, the Greenland and Antarctica ice sheet. So it's a lot, and we spent maybe 9 videos on that. It's a lot to learn. So now we're going to briefly summarize. So deserts occupy 25% of the continent. Annual rainfall is less than 250 millimeters. They exist due to subsidence and dry air in the subtropical anticyclones. Interior basins remote from moisture sources, cold coastal currents, and cold polar deserts. The first type is exemplified by the Sahara and Arabia. The second by the Taklamakan and Gobi, and the third by Namibia and the Atacama. Cold polar deserts occupy the Arctic islands. Monsoon climates with a seasonal wind reversal occupy 16% of the globe. They extend from East Asia, Indonesia, westward to West Africa, with separate areas in northwest Mexico to the southwest United States and Central South America. The wind reversal over India is strongly influenced by the Tibetan Plateau. In winter, the subtropical westerly jet stream is locked in place by the Himalaya and the Tibetan Plateau. In May-June, the jet drifts north of Tibet, and heating of the plateau sets up a tropical easterly jet stream over India. Monsoon rains are brought by depressions in the tropical easterlies from the Bay of Bengal and the western gusts by low-level southwesterlies. Nearly 80% of India rainfall comes from the summer monsoon, which has active and break periods. The monsoon over China derives its moisture from Indonesia and the South Asia Sea. It reaches northwestern China by late July. Over West Africa, monsoon air advances northward from the coast from February to May. Then in mid-June, rain occurs widely between 9 degrees and 13 degrees north. Most is associated with westward moving waves steered by two easterly jet streams and north-south disturbance lines. The North California affect low elevations in South America. Arizona is considered monsoonal with its wet season in Austral winter. The rains extend south and eastward as the season tropical easterlies. The Tibetan Plateau averages 45 100-meter elevation with several mountain ranges with glaciers. The northern half is underlain by permafrost. Precipitation decreases from 2,000 mm in the southeast to 50 mm in the northeast. The southern margins are affected by the Asia summer monsoon. The much smaller antiplano in South American is dry steppe rainfalls in Austral summer with moisture from Arizona wetlands. The Amazon rainforest climate has a high degree of seasonal consistency in temperature and humidity. There is a continental heat low from October to April with substantial rainfall. About 25% of moisture is recycled over the basin. The rest is from the tropical Atlantic. In the east, instability lines developed between land breezes and the trade winds and progress inland and bring rainfall. In Austral winter, southerly cold surges may cause frosts in southern Brazil. The equatorial Congo basin has rain seasons associated with the ITCZ and associated heat lows or waves in the easterlies. In January, the ITCZ runs north-south from 15 degrees south to 5 degrees north between South Atlantic westerlies and Indian Ocean easterlies. Along 15 degrees south is an inter-ocean convergence zone, which in July extends from 15 degrees south to the equator. In March to April, the rainy season is in the north. The rainfall maximum shifts south with the ITCZ to the central Congo in September to October, and from November to February is in the southern Congo. Tropical steppe in the Sahel has summer rains from westward moving instability lines. It experiences periodic major droughts with the late 20th century being notable. The southeast United States and southeast China have a humid subtropical climate. Winters are colder in China due to Siberian cold outbreaks. The southeast United States is dominated by tropical maritime air from the Gulf of Mexico inland. In spring and summer, thunderstorms and tornadoes are common. Southeast China has summer rainfall from the East Asia West Pacific monsoon. Mediterranean climates occur at about 35 degrees latitude on west coasts, related to seasonal north-south shifts of the subtropical anticyclones. The classic wet, mild winter and hot, dry summers type around the Mediterranean Sea is limited to the central and eastern portion. Temperate lowlands are both maritime and continental in the westerly wind belt. Continentally increases and precipitation decreases eastward. All four seasons are well marked and there is considerable day-to-day weather variability. Maritime west coasts are in the path of year-round easterly winds and traveling low-pressure systems, giving cloudy, mild winter. Exposed coasts and uplands tend to be very windy, and coastal mountains may have a high winter. Snow falls. Mid-latitude steppe and prairie is cold in winter and hot in summer. Most rainfalls in summer convect events. The Burr forest is the largest terrestrial biome. The climate is Arctic with severe winters and short summers. Northeast Siberia and northwest Canada have a persistent winter high pressure. There are substantial snowpacks in much of the